Morning guys. Today I'm gonna be doing a video based on uh, class, what class is, and trying to define what it is, and in the way, in the programming ways and all that. And I guess you guys will understand at the end of the day, or at the end of the program. Now I would like to first include something that helps me in my program. Before I can program, I have to include. So I like doing this. Others not even do this. They use system post for that, but I like. And also I would like to include maybe a string. A string, and that will be string. And I'll be done. I'll be saying this and this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's start now. Well, I'll be doing a class. I'm not gonna, try to. I'm not gonna, in any way, try to cut them up into pieces. I'm just gonna do a class in in the main in one thread, and I hope you guys will understand. Not in the main, but I'll do it in one thread. For an example, I'll start by saying class. I'll say by saying class, and I can come to class, and it's here, class, and maybe name my class. I want to say maybe okay. Let's say car. Okay, I want to say student. Student has to be like this. Student, and I can come and click on these ones to represent my class and all that. Then I'll have to, okay, I'll change that. Then this represent a class. Let me just do this again, and so that we don't mess up. I want it to help me with something. Okay, if I say class, and again, and I say student, and I go here, come here, and just like that. That's what I wanted. And then now I would like to explain something about a class. I would like to explain something about a class, and which is this is our main function where the program is going to be executed, going to call our objects, and I'll explain to you what objects are. But for now, let me try to explain these. This is our class, the whole class. This is our class, and in the class we have attributes and all that people called. I had you one person that asked me about data members and what data members are and all that, and what are constructors. Well, we would like to, maybe I would like to define what data members are. Well, if I have data members, I would have, like, for example, if I'm a student, I would have a student supposed to have a student number, a name, maybe gender. Let's just use though. There are a lot, but let's for now just use just three of them. To complicate you guys, I would just say now I have a student number. Then I would have to say first these I have to include private, but I'll explain to you why. Let me just explain to you now what these private and public for. These private, whatever that I place here, let me just keep on placing them now. Like I said, student number, student number, student number, and I can say string. I just want to, okay, a string name, and I would like to say maybe another string, not really put correct, another string, or maybe let me say, okay, let's use a string, not the f, because let me say string and then gender-based violence, not gender and all that. And then why these are attributes? What do you mean? I mean, these are data members, okay, you can say that, but these are data members. When I say data members, meaning that they are member, they belong. These are data members is anything that belongs within the class. And we know that there are attributes. You can say these are attributes. So when you talk about data members, we're talking about anything like this is a construct. It's a function. Maybe it's a construct, but it's a function. And I'll show you other functions. And these whole are data members. So data members are just that. Your data members, when you get data members, have that. And then explain to you why I have these as private. For example, we know that when we are dealing with anything that is private, meaning that nobody can access it, or something, or only a person that is due to such information can access it, and that is the case. If you place your student number here, nobody has the entitlement to even go through it other than yourself. These, like your name and your gender, it is these are some things that are very much classified in some sort of ways that should be kept to you and then nobody else. Therefore, we want to make them private, meaning that why are they like that? We don't want you to change them. Remember, this is our class. We make the class. You'll give us your name. You'll give us a name. We'll place here in the class. We'll prompt, and I'll show you. When you give us our name, your student number, in our system, because now you come at any university or anything in college, and you come and say you want your own, you want to enroll with us, and then in our college, and then we said we have a class, we have a template that stores any information of our own. Well, we give you our student number and we store it in a class. And you will give us your name and also the gender. We store it here. You can never in any way come to change these, even if you like, the next day, because you have given them to us. They are private. You cannot change them no matter what you choose to do. You cannot come and say name again. When you give them to us once, you cannot change them yourself. We just store them. We have the whole power to change them. You don't have them. That's why they are private. I know that it's a bit confusing for now, but I'll try to explain when the program is run. And now we have the constructor here. What is the constructor for? Mainly, the constructor, it's always here to help initialize values to default values, or initialize our attributes or our attributes to default values. Or you can say data members to default. What do I say? What if we write a class here and then you don't give us anything? But if you don't give us anything, it's fine. We can still give these student numbers, maybe 00, this name, maybe h, and anything, any kind of character or string here, put it there for any purpose for now, until we are given maybe a time. We're given any form of information later. So we not want our own student number to be left empty for now, because what if we create a class and you don't come to use it? We create a class or create these so-called attributes and still are not used at all. So here, this is a constructor. My class starts here and ends here. You see, I can say it starts here and ends here. But this is a mechanism that has been somehow been used for quite some time. That now I know that this name of the class, it's my class. So if I can say if I say class and class and this, I mean that this is the name of the class, and then this is my constructor. It belongs to the class. Constructor it's as similar as what, as the the class name. I'll show you what we do here. For example, here we know that we have name. We have included the name. I can say name, it's equals to, and write anything here. Yeah. And write anything here so that it's like this. I initialize here and I come and say my student. But over here I'm supposed to write a student number. Sorry, a student number. I can say student num, just for simplicity. And I can come here, and this private, sorry, this private is gone because I've already included mine. I should have some other. And then also come here and say the student num will go up here. The student num, it's equal, because it's an, we know that this is an integer, we write 0. We can write 0 if you like, and write any number, but these are default. For now, you haven't given us anything. Let me just write this so that you understand. Let me just, default values, we can just put it like this, default values, and then it's empty and 0 and all that. You can give us our gender. I mean, your gender, we say your gender, maybe it's like this. Since the string, I've opened up as a string, I of course can also do this. For now, it's nothing. We just initialize them here, initialize them to default values. That's what you should do. Learn how to do them here. These are constructed. Well, we have a destructor. I'm not going to discuss the destructor now. I'll destruct it. I'll make a video because about it. For you guys, I'm not going to state now because I'm going to confuse you what a destructor and confuse so let's basically do now on a constructor part, and then we will, yeah, for now. But yeah, for now here, firstly I would like to include a function, maybe I would like to include a method. We call them functions here, we call them methods. Methods are functions. When we call methods, we can say functions. Methods can be private and public, but in most cases we want to maybe let me say get the name from somewhere and all that, and I'll get your name. Let me say we know that we have a name, whatever, surname, to a number. Let's create these functions. For example, we can create int. These could be set name. These are setters. Set name. Set name. Set name. Set name. Let's, for example, we can say void. Sorry. Set name, because we don't want to get something, so we want to return something. So set name, void set name, just like this. And then we come here. I'd like us to also copy this, and I'd like to make it again and paste it here. Set student num. I'll create student num so that you guys don't. Set student gender, gender. So yeah, these here, it's like where we definitely give to our class what we're gonna have. We're gonna have this method, we're gonna have these and all that. So if you guys don't really understand, and if you so much think that you can reach me, you can come to me, you can reach me in any way and find me, and then I'll explain to you much way. These, so what do we have to do? Remember that my class starts here and it ends here, but because I'm calling it, I want to do it outside, so I know that I have the name of the class and this is my constructor. And now what do I do? I have this, and then what do I do? set, I want to set a name first. Here, set name, but we all know that it's in what, if I'm not mistaken, it's in void. We have to include void. So here you've got to make an and. What are you going to set? What are you going to set? You are going to set a student name. A student name. Okay, it's a name. A name is a string. You can say string. We can say here it's an int. We know we're going to receive an int. Here we're going to get what? A string also. We have the string for that, and basically here we write what our the same thing that we wrote here, because this is a copy, and then we said name. We can say name, don't have to be the same and all that. This is name and all that, don't have to be the same, and then name and then name. And now, because this name, remember, this we are getting a name from somewhere, and then we're getting to what? Now we're giving the exact name in our class. This belongs here. In fact, we can use these names, gender, they are in our class. We can access them anyway because they are private. Even if they were public, we can access them in the class. That's why I said name, it's equals to now name. This is what we do. We are getting a name from somewhere, and we're in what we are assigning them here, and that's what we are doing. And then we're doing, and then we come again. I'd like to I made no copy, but I'm not right again. Go. And then I'll say what do I know? Set what? Student number. Set the student number. What student number do I have? It's an int, and I can say give it a name, stud num. You'll ask yourself, where do I get this? I'll explain to you where I get these student numbers, because most of you, if you want to understand quite. So now I have my own student number here in my class. It's it here, and then I would say student num is equals to the student num that I receive as parameter here, and then like that. And then lastly I have void, and I think I have now I have to set the gender. And then the gender, immediately you can see I have this option that says that this class has these things, these are these data members. And then I come here, I want to set what? My gender. Since it's a string, I can say string, and then I can say gender like this. And then I come inside here, I assign it to the gender that I have, that it's here. You are giving me your information, then I'm placing them here. I'm placing here, and that's it. And now we have done it. And then there's one thing left here. We are left with what? Now we are setting, we are giving these to the class, giving the information to class, and now we need to get the information if you want. There's this we call, since we know that this is a string, this is an int, this is a string. For the name, we can say, for the name, we can say string, and then what do we have to do? String. Create. I didn't create this, sorry for that, but I wanted to explain to you now, but because I didn't want to confuse you, but now is it string, and then what we do with we get the name. Now we want to get the name. So there are no parameters, because this function is going to this method is going to return our name, and we can come and say int what? Get student num. It is going to get our student num, and then we come here and say string, and then what do you say? We can say it's equals to get what left gender, and it's gender get gent. We can say like this, it's fine, it's just a function, get gent. And then now we would like to get this gender, so we have to create these functions. We know it's a string, gonna be a string. We are getting now names, gonna be a string, and the what? Student and then immediately I do this, they will appear, they will all appear. You can see now I'm setting the what, the name. I will say set name, and what here, sorry, not setting the name, I'm getting the name. So it's get name, then like this, and if I do this, it's like this, and then inside here I'll have to say return what, the name, return the name. In other aspects, people could say these, like these, people will like say this, it also works, but I don't want to confuse you now. We're gonna explain to you, or this pointing like that and all that. I don't explain that. I'll explain to you why and all that. It's something that we still gonna play. Then and I come to the int, which is an int here, and the student, and we know that we got what, the student name. To get the student name, and we have what, we have to return the student, our student number, the exact student number, that now it's the exact student number that it's now in here. We place it here. Lastly, I think it's a string, which is gonna be student and get, what are we getting, the gender, what are we getting, gender, and what are we sending in return, gender, this gender, because it's here. And now we are done with our class. I know that I was supposed to somehow distinguish this, or expect me cut this into pieces and show you this point, but it's the same thing. I'm gonna do in another video. I'm gonna do it for you in the same way, but I wanted to do it in this way so that I don't confuse you of how to try to take this other class, and to take this, my CPP and my HPP and all that into here, and how to connect them. So now in here I think they are right, and this is it. Now I explain to you, this is my class. I've named everything that I need to use here, and now this everything here, I'm going to start using them now, and then I'm now implementing the class. In fact, this is the implementation. Yeah, this is the implementation of the class. Now here, this is the body. In fact, this is what's happening now. This tells you that I'm going to be having this in my class and all that, and then now this is where the real action starts. And then now, because we have this, we'd like to do something. Now, because we want to run this, it has to come here. We have to come here to the main class. And then what do we do now? Remember these names that are here, these things here, they are being received into this class, into these methods, or can say functions, guys, into these methods. Where are they coming from? They are coming from somewhere, but where for now? Well, I don't know, but now that's what we should do. We should create, maybe we can say, for sure now I can say string, I can say the name, I can say gender, I can say now if I like, because this, okay, I can say sex, and I can say student name. Yeah, this is what. But let us create a function. Oh, for now I don't want to create a function, I don't want to confuse it. Let us just prompt the user to enter these for us, for just a single person. We can say maybe enter your name, all that, and just for the end line. So see in then its name, that type this and keep pasting them, enter your student number, then enter your gender-based violence, and then we come here and say since here is student num, and here we said student num, we said it was student, since it will appear student number in full, and then here since gender I said it was sex. Yeah, and then now firstly what I did was just did is I was supposed to create an object for the class, ne? But an object for the class. And how do you create an object? You say you see it will appear immediately. I say student, though my s is small, but here it will give me an option to see, and my all that I have in connection with this is s2. So as you can see, student here. Now I click it like this, and inside here I call it, I come and create my object. What is my object? I can name it anything I want, but I mean, for now let us name it stud, and like this is our object. And then what are we, what is an object, by the way? And now this is an object, by the way, and this is our object. This is our object. This is our object. What is an object? An object represents everything that is here in the class. If you want to get anything that's here or change anything that's here, you should use what? You should use these object. It's an object. It's like a class itself, but simply because we cannot just take the class and run it in a main, so we use an object. It's like this whole template. It's the class itself. However, we say that it's in this, we call the name of the class and we create an object. It represents the whole class, representation of the whole class. So we use objects to get them. It's like when you want to say int is just a data type, and now number, you can say number, and like this you close your initial, I mean you declare this. Number becomes the object of int, and then you can use it anyway. It won't give you any errors. That's what we're trying to do. So here it's an object, and then now what do I want to do? I would like to take these names and student number and this gender to my class. That's where, and if you want to do that, you must use an object. To go to the class, we use an object, and our object is what? Is stud. When it's stud like this, and then what do you want to do now? I would like to, let's do it in order. Let's not do it haphazardly. I would like to what? To set the name here, please, so that it gets assigned here, and again come and set the student number here and gets assigned here, and take this here and it gets assigned here. And what do I need? Since now immediately if I say stud, when I say this dot, it gives me all of my methods. What methods? Which are what? Are only public. When I say public, meaning that if I'm now running in a running time, I cannot change these here because they are public. I can only give them the names or the what information that I have now in the attributes. That's it. For an example, let me maybe come here and say these were also public. Now you'd see these were also public. If these were public, let's come here and say now dot. You'd see them. Now we have what? We have the name, it's here. You can see, I hope you can see that. The name is here, and this name and the gender, it's here. These are our attributes. And we have what? The student name, it's here. And these are not the methods. So now, if I'd like, I can say this and say gender, it's equals to male. male. And this is not what I want. This is not what we want. We don't want people from outside to change what it's inside, what it's in our class. Our class should be kept safe from such kind of hazard. So we'd like that to be so much classified, call them classified information and all that. So that's safe programming, in fact. So we don't want that. We don't want to change immediately. If you say male and I come maybe and say dot, I want to get what my gender. If I said get the gender, and then for example, let me display this gender, you're gonna see what it's gonna say male. It's gonna say male here. I haven't entered anything. Remember, nobody has. And if I run it here, let me please Maggie. If I run it here, and say, wow. Then like say, they don't use system pause. People use system pause and they say they're smart. Well, I've never used that, and I guess who they said it's smart but much more. Doesn't say that, doesn't explain anything. Whether you're smart or not, simple doesn't explain that. And then now we are trying to compile our program and see if there is anything. I doubt there will be errors. If there are, it's fine. Enter the name. Okay, for now I don't want to do this because for sure we're in the main, it will just prompt for that. Let's just I would like to just for now show you that somebody can change without even getting that. I'm gonna give us this, and this is what I mean. And then check now, it will just display. It has to just display in the, I don't want to display male, you see. Okay, if you don't really, I can say now I come here and say maybe let me say this, my gender is this, open space, this, and then voila, magic. And then you do this, I run, I'm gonna see my gender is male, the gender that I have set there. I've taken this gender, and instead of using a method, I use exactly the name here. I change it here. Though we know that the first thing that happens is the compiler. Is anything that happens here, anything that starts the compiler. The compiler will run, and after initializing this value, and then this will be set to what I've just written here. You see, and that's not what we want. That's why we always say this is what should be done. This should be your names and all that your names. You don't want, guys, you don't want your phone number to be changed by anybody. You don't want your name to be changed by anybody. This should be kept safe by the our intro atlas, and then only you can give what we want and keep it. You don't have the access to tell us what we should do and what should be kept there, but you can give us what you have and you keep there. And if there's anything, you can't go and change. We have that old power to do that. That's what the whole class is about. And then now I can come and then undo everything. Okay, I'll do it and undo everything that and then okay, and then like this, and then come here and change it to private. Yeah, so now this gender, as you see, now it's what? It's error because it's private. We cannot see it here. We can only find what is a public here. So now what do I have to do? I would like to give them, I would like to set this these attributes. We set what we are setting. What we are setting the gen. Okay, let's do it in a way that it's the name, and we have name. I don't know if the name is the same thing. So we have the name. Yeah, it's okay. The name here does not have to be the same name here. I guess you assume. I mean, to be the same. The name. I mean, doesn't have to be the same. Like, you don't have to say name. What is important is what is inside the name. Like, you don't have to write the same. What variable? I mean, same variable can be name here is short. Can be like nm and pass. What is inside? Like passing by value. I guess you guys understand what passing by value is. Can name since I've declared it as name here, but you can even use them the same. They don't matter because you're using, you're not passing them by reference. You're passing them by what by value. But so that's not the topic for today. Yeah. So now we are setting the name, and what again do we need to set? We need to set what? We need to set the student number. It's here. Set the student number, and then we know we have what? Student number, the student number that somebody's going to enter from here and then place it there and all that. And then lastly, what do we need to set? We need to set the gender, and what the gender is some here. And then what do we have here? We set sex. And then we put here the reason why I place sex here and all that. I wanted to show you guys that they don't have to be the same variables as of those that we have in our class. And I wonder why. Okay, sorry, I use get here instead of set. Let me just do it like this, because we are setting in the getting, we don't have arguments. Set gender, so this is supposed to be what? Supposed to be sex, and then we close like that. And now we have set them here. They're now here. What do we know? They'll set them here. They come here. They are get assigned there. So somebody now one day you can be asked, please, can you produce your tell us your gender and all that, and what you need to do. You need to get them now. If you are given a chance now, since you've been placed there, they've been placed there. You have entered. If you come to any, maybe I've given a college and I want to enroll, you give us your name, and then maybe we can give you a student number, and you give us your gender and all that, your ID and all that, and then now we kept them into our own database. So why now? Now we need to get, you need to maybe for sure you want to get a student number, you want to use it and all that. You need to get them, and we'll ask you, yes, what do you need to get? Go and get it now. Since it's there, you want to use it now. You want to display it, so you tell people what it is. We can say now my name. Let's say write this. My name. I want to display the name. My name is. My name is. And what do you say? You said you student. Your stud, because you want to get the name. You use the object stud always when you want to get what, and get what? Get the name, man. And then what to get? You don't put anything here. Don't put anything. There's nothing. You're aggregating because it's being returned. And then what? Again, you want to write. You want to display what? Your student number. And what do you need to say? You say my student number is, and you open Python like this, and you put it, what is it? Student that get student num dot student num, and student num is what? Is student number. You place it here, and you there. Sorry, you get it. Sorry, don't set it. That's why it's giving it. You're getting it now since you've said it. Sorry, I've said it here. So now I'm getting it. There's no need. It's been returned where it's been returned here. It's been returned here. It's been returned here. And there were no parameters here in the get. Okay, to parameter set. So there's no need for me to put. I'm getting them. Forgive me for that. And now since I have my gender here, I can just only include this. I can say my gender is. Know that. Just like this, and then we are done with our program. and I guess this one to do. And then now you'll see we'll enter them and all that. And then let's run the program, let's compile it and run it, and you'll see no errors. And we start. Enter your name. What do I enter? My name. Then I write enter your student number. Enter your gender. Gender, you can say male, and then see what. Okay, there's something that I didn't do, but at least let us try to display. You see, I didn't do something. What did I do? I didn't end the line, so I realized that this could have been. I didn't. Maybe I could have made spaces. Let me end the line so that they are from top to bottom, so that they are from top to bottom. Excuse for that. And then so that they are from top to bottom. And I come here and say, and then end the line so that the line ends. You can say new line if you like, because others can say, what is this guy doing? It's just end line. And now I come here and do them. I can say maybe year, and I like this, and student number. And then enter your gender. You see, my name is Mpiwe. My student number is like that, exactly as entered, and the name is male. And that's what I wanted to give you an some sort of explanation on. And I think we're gonna make clarity on everything that I did today some other times. And if you ask for that, thank you for your time. Thank you. And then please study and practice so much hard. And that's what's important.